Hello, my name is Jorge Cuser Jaramillo. Welcome to my channel.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
And today we're gonna talk about how you can create your own comic. We're gonna talk about the steps that I use to get my projects done and evolving in this medium that is comic books or possibly manga, depend or probably just writing. Because we're not just gonna talk about comic books in the drawing sense. We're gonna talk about writing, studying, and a lot of boring stuff that probably you wouldn't like. But but we can just finish some pages, doing some computer stuff, and we're good to go. So welcome back and let's ride on.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
So let's talk about how you can start your own project, your comic book project to be more specific. And the first step is to define your expectation, how serious you are to accomplish this task. There is to write and create your own comic book. You have to really think about how many hours you're gonna apply to do this kind of job. So you have to be really serious about it and be honest with yourself. You have to take this like a lifestyle more than just a hobby, in my opinion. If you want to really become a comic creator or a writer or anything in this life, so you have to really take this seriously. That will be my honest advice to all you guys, or for someone who really want to create his own project and want to evolve in this medium that is comic books or manga. Point 2 of this conversation that we have about how you create your own project. So you have to start to study. Why I mean about study? Well, you have to study what genre you want to write or draw about. If you already have your, let's say, mangas that you like, or the comic genre that you like, or probably a book that you like, that you really enjoy this world and you feel so immersed into it. So you have these examples to mark your adventure, let's say it in that way. So you have to start to analyze their styles, not even from the drawing perspective. We can just analyze their style of writing or giving pace of the story, how create an arc in a story or in a setting or your own making. So you have to like put in a new mindset every time that you pick up a comic and you are more than just reading it. Start to studying it, how they do certain things, how they practically write this kind of chapter. If you wanna like write a long story with different volumes, if that's your plan, that's perfect. So, or you wanna like just write about an anthology. For me, is horror. I like horror. I like scary stuff. I enjoy gore too. Yeah, call me weird, but my comics reflect my niche, and that's where you want to grasp your niche. What kind of niche you want to uh, direct your creations and your writing? Who is your audience? And that's point number three. Who is your audience? You have to analyze the probably you are your own audience, so you can build into it. You already know what you're a fan of, so I'm not saying that you have to replicate somebody else's stories. I'm saying that you can learn from it, and you can use the same perks or the same plots, but make it your own. Have Make your own twist about it. Take tropes and build into them and evolve them. So in this foundation, you will find your answers to what to write and how to write it. Point number 4. Yeah, we're still studying it because you need to learn a lot before you just sit and write in a script, because that's the thing. Most of you guys probably just draw, or probably some of you guys just write, and probably some of you guys are like me, that we just write and draw at the same time. But not everybody is the same. So in this point 4, we're gonna talk about how we can learn from scripts for another creators, and learn even for your own projects, because you have to organize your own ideas, and scripts is the perfect way to organize your ideas, your settings, your plots, your timelines, and even put some like insight, like text into the script to future probably a partner or an artist that you hire to do the pages for each page of your scripts. So that's the way that you have to think about. If you don't have the capabilities of drawing, well, you can write your story, learn how the comic artist wrote those comics, those like you can read Frank Miller. He's really cool. He explains a lot if you want to read comic related stuff. But you can read the script for manga too, because some of them you have to find the translation, and that's very difficult. So I don't know if you have the time, or yeah. And another perspective in this point is that you guys have to differentiate the scripts for comics are not the same as scripts for plays or movies. They're not the same. They're very, very different. Point number 5. You have to create your own workflow. What I mean about workflow? Well, you have to organize your week and separate every day with tasks that you have to do. Either way could be drawing, writing, developing your story, developing your characters, creating your character design, and all that good stuff. That's a good time to just create a file in your computer. Easy, everybody can do it, and just save pictures from references of things, places that you want to put on your stories. Let's say if you want to create a fantasy world with gothic architecture, so you save some buildings that resemble that style that you want to portray in your stories. Same way, if you are looking for an accurate description for a historical event, you will have to search pictures about the place that you want to portray in your story. Let's say if you want to write about the 1950s in London, you have to search in Google perhaps London 1950s styles, what people used to drive, what people used to wear, all that stuff. All that correlates with the workflow and working this muscle that we call comic creation. That was dumb. Really dumb. Let's go to spot number 6. So if you are a comic artist already and you're confident and your abilities, you can start create your own characters and develop the aesthetics and more of the details of every one of those characters. In length with the development of the story and the script. So you are working hand in hand to develop your story. And 7, start to execute your ideas. Go to your board, your drawing board, and start create the sketches for the pages. Then finish it up and then ink it up. Go to the computer, finish it up, you know the rest. Or if you're a writer, I will recommend to just finish your script, your concepts, your whole idea, and then start searching for artists in the internet. I will recommend Fiverr. You can find cool cool artists in the site. They can draw your pages. You have to wait for a little bit, and then you can have your story fleshed out in pages, and you can start publishing. And that's step number 8. What? Well, with the step number 8 is how you want to distribute your comic. In my opinion, in my honest opinion, I will recommend to build an audience and construct a web comic audience first, test out the waters, work in a time lapse or 6 months, create the content that you want to create, have an extent of chapters that probably people will enjoy. Don't do as dumb as me that I have to like write and people have to wait until I finish my writing and my comics, and then I upload little by little. I learned that my lesson, and now I know that I have to work like in an extent of time and then upload as much of a content that I want to a web comic, as webtoons or tapas. You can find other websites that you can put your comics into, but there's the first two that came into mind. And plus, because I'm into webtoons, so read my comic, please. It's Dark Tales. It's good. But yeah, um, um, or if you want to publish it in a physical form, you will need to find an IBS barcode. Find a website that will really help you to have your book published, and they will give you your barcode so you can find well, you can start selling your books in a physical way. And if you thinking about printing, I would recommend Print Ninja. They're really good, as long as been seeing the independent is seen from comic books. A lot of people been using it, and I've been seeing a lot of good reviews. So I will recommend, because I will use it in the future. If you guys are interested to buy a physical copy of my comics, yep. So yeah, guys, this is kind of like the 8-step kind of like guide of how you develop your own comic book. And I hope this information will be helpful in some way for you in the future. I hope. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. And see you in the next video.
Ah, oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Hi again. Sorry to bother. I just wanted to show you guys some of my work. These are some chapters that I already did. They are published and available for you to read. If you like horror, if you like creatures, you like weird stuff like me, I will encourage you to read my anthology of horror stories called Dark Tales. You can find me on Webtoons. Just type it up, Dark Tales, and you will find me. leave a comment, read my stories, be mean, be funny, be a person, be a person. I just want to let you know, if you stay this long, I love you. And if you want to, you can follow me on my social media. And yeah, that will be all. Thank you. Bye bye. Oh, I almost forgot. If you like this content, please, I'm begging you, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It's free, baby.